Years ago, some friends of ours put in a water fountain, 110 volt system, and it was always going bad. And they spent lots of money. I mean, like $50 at a pop to make it work. My parents put in a 110 volt system, and it shorted, and it was a very dangerous situation. So I replaced that with a solar system, and back then it was pretty expensive, but today you can do all of that for just under $5. These little pumps you can get, I bought them in sets of threes. They're almost nothing. The solar panel itself was very little. I'll put all the specs down below. A piece of styrofoam and some connectors. I used a plug, but in fact you can use these connectors, just cut this plug off of here and then wire them, twist them up directly, because honestly these pumps don't last a long time. They are cheap, but they don't last a long time, and you want to change them out easily. So okay, let's assemble the system and see how it works. To make one of these simple setups, you don't have to do very much. You have to connect the solar panel to the pump, and that's step one. If you're going to use a plug like I did, you just solder the plug on the end of the wires of the pump. These pumps do not have a plus and minus that's important. I just get in the habit of doing it. I put plus to plus and minus to minus, but in this case, again, this pump will run fine either way. If you're going to use a plug, well, you're set up to go. If not, you cut the wire off here, and then you can use some of these twist connectors or these other type of connectors to join the pump to the solar panel. The other thing one needs to do is to keep the pump out of the water. Yes, these are supposed to be submersible, and you should be able just to drop the pump into the water, but I have found that they leak around the wires, and that greatly shortens the life of the pump. So yes, you can try sealing that with silicone. I've done that. It doesn't work very well. What I found is if you can just keep this upper part out of the water, then it'll last a lot longer. And so what I've done is I get a piece of styrofoam like this, and this is about 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters, and about 3 inches in diameter, or about 7.5 centimeters. And all I do is make a hole. So I put the pump on here, make a hole around it, and you want a tight fitting hole. Just dig it out however you choose to do it. I used a type of drill bit, but I mean you can also use a knife to cut it out. And what you do is we are just going to insert the pump in here. Again, need a tight fit so it doesn't fall out, just so that this part will float above the water. And that's pretty much it. So our next step is to go hook it to our test rig and show you how it works. Welcome to our internationally acclaimed solar water fountain testing facility. This is a bottle we've repurposed so you can see what's going on inside there. Of course, you'll have a beautiful fountain rather than this, and a glass tray. So here's our tube wrapped around here. Our water pump is floating and keeping the wiring out of the water. Our connections back here also where it's dry. And of course our solar panel back here supplying all our power. And that's pretty much it for our basic system. Hope you found it useful and interesting in your solar projects and fountain projects.